Hello everyone and welcome to CR Assist training. In this video, we'll be going over how to add and manage participants in CR Assist. You may add participants to CR Assist at any point in your research study. Adding participants early in the study will allow you to track the status of the participants as they progress through the study. To add participants, we're going to go to the Participant tab and select Add Participant. You'll be directed to the participant entry screen. The first field is the alternate ID field. This is a unique ID that you would create for each of your participants. Basic contact information for your participants is required, and you'll be able to enter applicable information in the designated field. Emergency contact information is required. However, if the information is as same as the participant contact information, you'll be able to mark same as above here, and you'll enter in the emergency contact's name. This is also the same for nearest relative contact information. However, if it is the same as the emergency contact information, you'll be able to click same as above. Other information required for your participants would be the gender, race, ethnicity, and date of birth. Additional fields in this section are not required, but you may enter the information if it is pertinent to your study. I would like to point out that the Social Security number field is an inactive field, and we ask that you leave this field blank to avoid any errors. In the Screening and Enrollment section, you'll be able to enter the participant status and any recruitment information that you have for the participants. You can also select the primary site that the participant will be assigned to. This is only necessary if your study is taking place at multiple sites. Insurance information is not required to complete the participant profile, but you may enter the information here if it is required for your study. Once you are finished completing the participant's information, you will select Submit and also Confirm. And here you will see that you have successfully added your participant. A generated ID will also be assigned for the participant. When you're done, you'll go back to your participant list. The participant list will be how you will schedule and track your participants on the research study. On this page, you'll be able to review and track information about your participant. The GCRC ID, SPID, and study IDs are unique IDs that CR Assist generates for each participant. As mentioned before, the alternate ID is a unique ID that you would create for your participants. The list will also display the primary site the participant is assigned to and brief demographic information about your participants. So the initials, date of birth, sex, and race. You can also track the status of your participants by referring to the status column. If you assign your participant to a group, it will be listed under the group column. The list will also display recruitment information in these columns here. You will also be able to schedule and track appointment visits based on how your visits are set up for your research study. If you are assigned to multiple studies in CR Assist and your participants are eligible to enroll in one of those studies, you can seamlessly add them to that study by selecting the Beam option. Simply select the study you would like to add the participant to and select Beam. And instantly, the participant's information is beamed over to the new study, so you won't need to re-enter that participant's information. You will notice that the participant's name is hidden. However, if you hover over the GCRC ID or the alternate ID, the name and primary phone number for the participant will display. You can also filter your participant list by study site, study status, and study group. You can also search for your participants by their first or last name, GCRC ID, study ID, or the alternate ID that you create. If you need to make any changes to your participant, simply search for the participant by either their name, their GCRC ID, or alternate ID. Once you find your participant, simply click on the GCRC ID or alternate ID to be brought back to the participant's profile. Once on the participant entry screen, you will scroll down to select Edit And now you may edit any information for this participant's profile. If you wanted to change the participant's recruitment status, you can do that in the screening and enrollment field. Please note that the recruitment statuses move progressively and cannot be retracted. So please ensure the status of your participant before you select their status in their profile. You will notice that the screening and enrollment dates will automatically populate for the current date once the status is selected for the participant, but you are able to edit this field. When you're done, simply submit and confirm. And here you'll see that the participant's information has been edited successfully, and you can go back to the participant list.